Today we here, it's a new episode, West Coast Spotlight. We here with Jazzy Management. You know, we're gonna really learn how Jazzy got some real game. Alright? So stay tuned, West Coast Spotlight, we here, Jazzy, baby. If you don't know, learn about it. NBM, Blue Division Entertainment. Let's do it.
Brand new money, brand new Boston. You act brand new and get a brand new coffin.
What's going on, Jazzy? Thanks for having me, man. Yeah, you know, it's definitely a pleasure. You know, you letting us interview you, because we definitely want to hear some of that good game that you got, you know. So why don't you tell, you know, West Coast Spotlight and all of the listeners out there, you know, exactly who is Jazzy Management?
Well, Jazzy was a young inner city rapper from the early 80s that, you know, decided to cross over to the business side of the game. And I never thought in my wildest dreams that I'll be 10 times more known as a manager and more known on the business side as a rapper. That just, you know, that just goes to show you that your calling may not be what you set your dreams out to be. So, you know, that's what Jazzy is, ex-rapper turned businessman. That's what I'm known for.
That's what's up. Stay tuned for more. You're going to stay tuned and learn a little bit more, because in a minute we're going to have a special segment where Jazzy going to give y'all some real game for all of you artists, all of you just rappers, singers who really don't really have a clue. Now we're going to go ahead and let Jazzy expose the game to you. Like he said, I'm going to give you $1 million worth of game. So better stay tuned, because you want this $1 million worth of game, alright? Stay tuned. How does an artist choose a manager? How do they know when their manager is right for them?
Well, just, man, that's a real good question, man. And I hope a lot of people out there don't take this the wrong way, because, you know, a lot of artists have fathergers and mothers. That means they get their parents to manage them when their parents don't have experience with managing, so therefore they have a title that they really don't have knowledge of. So we also make the mistake, artists, singers, rappers, producers, you know, we make the mistake of hiring a good friend because he played in the sand pit with us, he went to elementary school with us, or he went to high school with us, or, you know, he hit them streets with us. But the reality of it is, this is a job. You can't hire your parents or a good friend or a family member just based on them being a good friend and a family member. This is a job. You know, you wouldn't hire a plumber to come to your house and do your electricity if something goes wrong in your house. So stop hiring people and giving them titles that they can't live up to. No disrespect to the people that's trying, because we all had to learn, because I had to learn. But I learned by going to meetings with real managers, or just hearing conversations of real managers, buying books. You know, you can buy all the books in the world, but it's going to be some hands-on experience that you have to experience to give yourself that title and live up to that title. So what I suggest is, you artists out there, stop getting your homeboys and giving them titles and taking them to meetings with you, because if you get a meeting with a label that's showing interest in you, that label is trying to employ you. So don't bring one of your homeboys to the meeting with you sagging his pants, talking stupid, you know, smelling like weed. You know, you going in there, this is like your job interview. So go in there and impress the people you going in there to have this meeting with. Leave your homies at home. And then you parents out there, no disrespect to y'all, but a lot of parents are really messing it up for their artist or their child when they say, you know what, I'm the mother or I'm the father, I'm going to manage them. If you don't know what a mechanical royalty is, you don't know what a point is, you don't know what publishing is, you don't know what merchandising is, you don't know what BDS is, you don't know what media base is, you don't know your job. So you're in the pros, and you artists out there, stop reaching into the minors for representation. As I always say, your representation is your reputation in this game.
what are some of the biggest misconceptions about being a manager? And also, how does one choose a good manager? You know, now knowing that, you know, we shouldn't really try to depend on our family and friends to try to step up and be that manager. So once again, the first question is, what's the biggest misconception about being a manager? How can we find that right manager? Where do we go?
The biggest misconception that artists have about managers, that we supposed to give them money. We book shows and do that because we want to do it. But our job as managers is to look out for the best interests of the artist. So that does not mean we giving them money every week, buying them clothes. If we on the phone every day, all day with the artist, that means we're not doing our job as managers. You got some artists that feel like they want to be pampered and babied. You know, the biggest misconception is artists think when you get a manager that our job is to give them money, supply transportation. You know, that's not it. We supposed to seek employment, because if we don't work, we don't eat. So artists out there, allow your managers to work so we can eat. That means don't call them on the phone and ask dumb stuff. You hire them, let them do their job so you can do your job, so we can represent you in the best light. But a lot of artists get a misconception. They get to thinking the manager, when they have a video shoot, we supposed to buy them clothes. We supposed to talk on the phone to them every day, all day. And that's, you know, that's the biggest misconception I get, and I'm always explaining to artists, that is not my job to feed you every day. I mean, if you're hungry and I feed you every now and then, I'm gonna feed you. Artists say that they quit their job to pursue their career. I don't encourage that. Your bills still have to be paid. And I definitely don't encourage a person quitting their job and depending on me to pay their rent. Manager's job is not to take care of you every day, but to elevate you to that next level. Manager, let him do his job. And managers, don't try to outshine the rapper, man, or the singer. Don't try to outshine the very person that you representing, because it's unprofessional. I just encourage people to do background checks on these cats, man. Don't let a person come up to you, oh, I did this with Snoop, or I did this with Ice Cube, or I got so-and-so this movie deal. Man, people can talk all day long. If you can't Google them and do a background check on them, man, you know, just like a job, you know, you go into a job, you're going to do a background check on their job to see how much they paying. You know, is it worthy of your presence to work at that company? Do background checks on these cats that's saying they managers, because 9 times out of 10, they don't know the people that they say they know, and they hadn't done what they say they did. So do a background check on these managers, man. So I'm going to leave my information at the end of this interview, and I can school you and show you how to make money off your production and not give it away. I'm totally against artists just giving away everything that they worked so hard for, you know, because it's people out there that see value in what we do.
And for those up to speed on what we're talking about basically what we're talking about, from producers putting out music and not knowing the business aspect, but also about the mixtape and people putting out mixtapes and not knowing what they're doing.
And to all my little homies out there, we got a misconception of mixtapes. You know, with me, a mixtape is music that was previously released. You might get a Nelly, you might get a Jazzy, you might get a Dr. Dre. Do mixtapes, and they might get 12 to 13 different cats that got one song. I look at that as a mixtape. But somewhere along the line, somebody, I don't know who, still called it a mixtape, and one artist wound up doing 25 to 20 songs, original music and original lyrics, and still giving it away for free. I'm totally against that, because when you put that music on the internet, somebody sees value in it. And if you Google your name, if you're a rapper and you did a mixtape that you called a mixtape with 25 original songs, somebody seen value in it, and they got it on their site for 99 cents a song, and they making more money off what you making.
Yeah, we back, West Coast Spotlight. It's your boy I.Austin, Fly Flossing. We here with Jazzy Management. You know, we've been really getting some real good game right now. So we're gonna designate this segment to all the artists out there and what y'all need to know. What's the most important thing that you guys need to know as an artist? Jazzy, why don't you go ahead and lace the artists with some game?
Well, you know, I just spoke on a panel not too long ago, and an artist in the audience asked me a question. He said, Jazzy, how many artists do you know don't copyright their content? And that was a real good question, because after that, I would go around and I would just briefly touch on copyrights. And I would say more than 85%, and I'm just gonna focus on the West Coast because this is my backyard. I would say more than 85% of West Coast rappers do not copyright their mixtape content. They say anything commercially released should be copyrighted, right? So some cats tell me because it's a mixtape, they don't copyright it. Wrong. Anything that you're gonna put out there, copyright it. You know, and then another thing that hurt me, they don't even know how to copyright their content. They don't even know that you can copyright up to 20 songs under one copyright for just 35 bucks. You know, go to the copyright.org and get all the information you need, and throw that poor man's copyright in the trash. Anybody that told you to put your lyrics in an envelope and mail it to themselves, they need to get smacked, because you just do it the right way. The poor man's copyright do not stand in court, man.
You know, Jazzy, I want to say thank you for just giving us so much game. Pretty sure not only myself, but there's a lot of artists who just have a ton of questions, and they're going to say, yo, I.Austin, Austin, how do I get in contact? No, you don't even got to go through me. Jazzy going to go ahead and give you his personal line so you can contact him, so you can ask him the questions directly. So why don't you go ahead and let WestCoast Spotlight know how they can reach Jazzy and what they can expect from you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Hey, y'all can reach me on Twitter. I'm on there, not a lot, but if you get on there and you ask some questions, they will be answered. Jazzy, JAZZYMGT is my Twitter line. You can catch me on Twitter. My email is jazzymanagement@hotmail.com. That's JAZZYMANAGEMENT@hotmail.com. And you can also hit me up at 818-320-1299. And I really encourage managers, do not have too much pride. A question is only a dumb question when you don't ask it.
Man, I'm telling you.
So hit me up, man. Let's get this money. We need to represent these artists a lot better than we are. And stop having titles and not knowing the game. When you got brothers like me and there's a few other people, we're always willing to sit down and share this game, because, you know, each one teach one is in full effect with Jazzy Management.
Telling us about, yeah, what's